Can't eat that, like. Just boiling away. I'm been out it that long. But yeah, I think it's definitely the thermostat for it to boil that much. And he's only got water in it, so obviously water will reach boiling point and go into steam, so you need coolant in it. Yeah, so I'll whip that thermostat off. I think I've got a spare one up in my box of tricks up there. Yeah, we'll see. It's not going to affect MOT as such, because I'll just keep the thermostat out, replace it if I haven't got one. But I'm sure I've got one. Right, dilly. Well, now our fault codes are looking a lot better now. We've just got 3. So the auxiliary heat is just the auxiliary heater, the element, which I'm not going to replace, don't need it. Steering wheel, all that is saying that the cruise control, no signal. It doesn't have cruise control, so I may be able to go into the adaptation settings and actually take that off to show that it doesn't have cruise control, deactivate it. And airbags, it's still showing a fault with the left and right, which I think, if I remember rightly, yep, so under here, slide these. So there is the cables, so chances are they just need cleaning. Pop them back in. Yeah, good chance. Right, that's it for now, dilly. Okay, so the simple task of changing window wipers. So on Golfs in particular, if I just put the ignition back on. So on Golfs, to get it to the service position for changing wipers, because you can't just lift the arms because it catches the bonnet. So all you do is, once you've switched the ignition off, take the key out and then just press down, and that puts the window wipers into the service position, so you can then lift them up to change them. Now you can see the window wipers on these. They're both same size. One should be longer than the other. I don't know what they're made of, but they are just shocking. The rubber's totally gone on that one. Yeah, so just, I mean, straight to that, man. Yeah, that's where that goes. Yeah, and then again, it's just a beggar's belief why people go for cheap window wipers. There's just absolutely, it's just ridiculous. They're not going to be effective for clearing the windscreen. I'm going to need 2 hands to get that one off, but can't wait to get these off and get these nice Bosch ones on. So I'll take these off and then just slip the Bosch ones on, dilly. So there we have it. Simple task, but very effective and a lot safer. New Bosch window wipers on. Perfect fit for the car and the correct length for driver's side and passenger side, unlike the 2 that were on, which were exactly the same size and really small. You can just say make out on the screen, possibly, or maybe not, but the wiper actually sat, it didn't go down far enough, it sat too far up, so when it actually done the sweep, it hit the top of here because it was not seating correctly on the spindle. So what I've done, for the sake of a 2-minute job, I've just took off these caps. They're obviously with the boot open, 13mm nut. Took them off, then used my pullers because they always seize on. Pulled the actual arms off from the spindle and then repositioned them, and we can see now that they are sitting exactly as they should be, nice and aligned, and they work well. So let's have a look at some perfectly working repositioned window wipers. That's the one. No squeaks, clearing the windscreen, no end. Dilly. Okay, carrying on with fault codes then, so I'm just going to have a look at these airbag faults, side airbags, which are up here on the seats. So we know by that it's got to be an electrical connection to do with the seats. I showed you before, you pop the cover off there, and this is the connections, if you like. So I'm just going to recheck the fault codes now, see what we've got. I think it was igniters, left and right. So driver side and passenger side, upper limit exceeded. So let's just have a go at, see if I can position the camera. Okay, that should do. So I'll try and first of all take these out of the holder. Okay, the airbag light ones are always the yellow ones. So these ones here, so that one came apart there quite easily there actually. Let's have a look. So I'm just going to spray some lubricant on there. Just make sure we've got nice clean connections. Reconnect that. Thread that clip in. Clip. And then I can relocate that back into there. Yeah, this one here was already loose, but it looks like possibly sits in there. Yep. Okay, so that's that located back in. Okay, so all I have to do now is just see, trial and error, just see if that actually clears the fault code for that one. So clear fault code, yes. No fault code found. Then go back. Go back into the fault code. Aha! So there we go. Simple as that. So that's cleared that one. So I've just got to do the same with the passenger one. Hopefully that's exactly the same. And then that will be the airbag problem off. Because although it doesn't come off with a mill, it comes on here. It displays an airbag fault. If we just give it a couple of seconds to cycle through its issues. There we go, airbag fault. And that's the only one that's left now, is that side airbag. So we'll have a look at the other side now. Dilly dilly. Okay, so I've done the same with the other side. I've cleaned it. It was pointless doing a video, it's exactly the same. So I'm just going to see if this fault code clears for this side now. Yes, so come back out the controller. And then we go back in. Still on that one. I'll just try it one more time, who knows. Go back in. Still on. Okay, so what we can do, there's two places these connect. So there's this side that I've already done, which was that connector there, so I've cleaned that one up. But there is also, it connects underneath as well. Oh, hello, some socks here. Got all sorts. COVID socks out the way. Okay, if you look back there, you can see another yellow switch. In fact, you can actually, you can see yellow. Yeah, the yellow switch. So basically I've just got to disconnect that one, clean that one. It might be that problem or that connector that's causing the problem. Okay, can't do that with one hand, so see you in a bit. Dilly dilly. Okay, so I disconnected that one, cleaned it. Let's see if we can clear the fault code now. Clear. Back out. Back in. Oh, look at that. It looks like it's sorted. Okay, for the final check, close that controller. Okay, now we're going to here and make sure fault, airbag fault, doesn't show on the display. We will get the coolant low warning still, but we shouldn't get the airbag fault. So hood open. That's it. Sorted. Yeah, that's the stop for the coolant. But we've no longer got a fault for the airbags. Again, just double check, because we can. No fault codes. So that's that job sorted. Definitely ready for MOT now. Apart from changing these back discs, change the thermostat, and that's it. 36 quid, and this is ready for MOT. That's what we like to see. So, problems with airbags, check your connectors, certainly with side igniters. One there, and there's one underneath the seat as well. Remember, it's yellow connectors for airbags, and that should say you're okay. Dilly-dilly. Okay, so while I've got VCDS plugged in, one other thing I'm going to do is a little bit of coding. Couple of things that I like to disconnect on mine. I've done this on my Audi as well as other things. On my Audi, I've done the selection where it does the needle sweeps. When I put the ignition on now, it does a test function, diagnostics. So it does a needle sweep all the way around and back down, which looks pretty cool. That wasn't activated on mine, so I activated it, and yeah, it's happy days. Can't do it on these because it doesn't have the functionality on the software within the car to allow us to do a needle sweep. However, we still can have options to disable some of the functions that are annoying. One of them being a seatbelt. Yeah, so if you've got the ignition on, you're driving the car and you haven't got your seatbelt on, you get that and your annoying flashing ding ding. You know, which is happy days. I'm not saying that you shouldn't wear your seatbelt. You do, and everybody does, or most people do. It's more for the time that maybe you're just moving the car on the drive or something, and it's just annoying. So I like disabling that. So I'm going to show you how we disable that. Windscreen wash. This is actually full. I filled it up, and that is still shown as it's requiring windscreen wash. It's sometimes a common fault. It's just the connector on the washer bottle, but it's a really difficult one to get to. So again, I'm just going to disable the functionality of that. So I'll know when it's empty. When it's empty, I'll just keep topping it up regularly, or I would if it was my car. So I'm going to show you how we turn that off as well. The other thing I'm going to turn off is, if I can remember what it is, brake pad warning light. Yeah. Now the brake pad warning light is down on the brake shoes. So or brake pads. So on the brake pads, you get an electrical connection that you connect to the car near the wheel station. Normally they break, or they become corroded and they don't work. So then you have to solder them together to prevent the brake pad warning light coming on here, even though you've got brand new pads on. Now, I don't know if these ones are working because I haven't had the front wheels off. So it may still be functioning that, but I'm just going to disable it anyway, because I can. So to disable this, we go into instruments. Yeah, because it's obviously instrument panel. And then I'm going to select coding. Now you have to be careful on coding, because if you muck the coding up, it can have some dramatic effects. So it's good to take a screenshot or a photograph of the coding that exists before you change any parameters. Now I'm quite comfortable with changing these because I've done many, and I know how to revert them back. And all you basically do is just follow your options. So 00 standard, you leave them as are, and that's relating to them two there, 00. So your next two are your question marks. So these are your next selections. So you've got plus 00, plus 01, plus 02, 4, and then plus 16, which is sedan only, Volkswagen Jetta. So that's not for us. So all you do is add or take away wherever it is you want to have functioning. In my case, I don't want any functioning on this, so I'm going to put 00 as no options. So at the moment, everything is selected. We've got 1 for brake pads, then 2 for seatbelt warning, which is 3 in total, 4 for washer fluid. So 4 plus 3 is 7, which is why we've got the 7 there. So all I'm going to do is simply select 0 for that, and that will code the instrument panel to take away them symbols. So I'll get ready to click do it. If you watch on the instrument panel now, we'll see the washer icon go and the seatbelt. And there we go. Simple as that. So I've now coded out that functionality. So if I'm not wearing my seatbelt, I won't get the seatbelt warning sign or a chime. If my washer fluid's low, which it's saying it is and it isn't, it's not going to display. Brake pads, if they're low, it's not going to display because I've disconnected it or disarmed it from the instrument panel, decoded it. So that's just another introduction as to the good functionality with VCDS. The amount of things that you can do with this are absolutely phenomenal. And the newer the car, the more stuff you've got to play with, which is great. As I say, the likes of needle sweep, etc. is a great functionality. Make your car look a bit more modern and sporty. Anyway, that's it for now, guys. We've successfully sorted all our electrical gremlins out, if you like. So this car is good to go for MOT, less the thermostat, which I'm going to do next. And as they say in the old army days in gunnery, rectified. Okay, so my next little quest is just to ensure, because I had a fault code showing that I had a switch missing for the cruise control. Cruise control is not fitted to this car, so I'm just going to check the coding to make sure that it hasn't been activated. So to do that, I'm going to go into engine, into coding 2. Then if I hover over this, there we go, it's showing us to type in for cruise control activation or deactivation. So I need to put in 16167 and click do it. So 16167. Yeah, do it. Control accepted login. So I'll click OK. So I don't know whether it was activated or not, but I've certainly deactivated it now if it was. So I'll come back out of this. And then I want to go back into, I think it was no, it wasn't central convenience. I can't remember now where the fault code was stored. It was on steering wheel. Fault code. No, it's still showing cruise control switch E45 defective. Okay, let's see if I can clear that code now then. Come back out. And go back in. Still there. Okay, it was worth a try, but in any case, that's where you would activate or deactivate the cruise control if you retrofitted it to the car, which I've done many on a Golf. And that's one of the functionalities again of VCDS. Yeah, I'll investigate a bit further on that one and see if I can get that fault code off. It's not affecting anything, I just don't know why it's coming on. Dilly dilly. Right, so I've just done the back brake pads, obviously on both sides, so that's all sorted. My next task is going to be sort the coolant issue out. So I'm just going to, I'll take the cover off. I've got to take the alternator off. To do that, I've got to take the auxiliary belt off, just so I can get access to the coolant coolant pump. I don't have to take that off. It just makes it easier. I'll see. I might persevere and just take it off with the alternator in situ. But that's what I'm going to do next anyway, coolant. So I'll drain more coolant in it. I don't know if on this type it has, but it's running out now, so I've lost my flash. Yeah, I'll just have to check to see where to drain it. Hopefully it's got a drain tap on this one. Some do, some don't. Dilly dilly. Right, so I decided to take the alternator off. 2 bolts, took the belt off. So got it out the way. And you can see now I've got easier access to the thermostat, which, if I can position the camera right, so it's basically that. Forget my long screwdriver. That bolt there, and the one at the bottom. So the thermostat's inside here. So that's what I've got to get out. As you can see, it's a lot easier when that's out the way to get to that bolt. So yeah, an extra 10 minutes well worth spent rather than chew on. Right, I shall put a bucket underneath this and take this off and drop. Well, there's no coolant in it, so I'll be dropping water if there is any water left in it. Dilly dilly. Right, so thermostat sound. Here's the old one. Looking quite a bit worse for wear. All burnt to a crisp. So I don't think that's opened for a while. It's aftermarket. Can't find anything on it to say that it's Volkswagen Audi. Here's one I prepared earlier, which is the one I've got in my box. It is second hand, this. But it is a Volkswagen Audi one. Notably by we've got made in Germany there. Oh, it's on the bottom. Yes, there's your 4 rings and your Volkswagen sign. Should open at 87 degrees, which says on here somewhere, I think. There we go. So 87 degrees, that should start opening. So I'm boiling said kettle to 100 degrees. I'll pop this in the cat dish, pour the water in, see if it opens. Dilly dilly. Yeah, so we can see that's opened in boiling water. Happy days. So that's one thermostat that works. So I'll take it out the water now and you'll be able to see it close. As it cools down. Hopefully. Yeah, it's closing now. Close, close, close. That's it. Should. So, one working thermostat. Get this fitted. You can see the old one. Aftermarket. Totally knackered. Hasn't opened in God knows how long that. So, definitely the problem. So we'll fit this one. Yep, proper Volkswagen Audi one. You can see it's got the rings and the Volkswagen sign on the bottom. And it opens at 87 degrees, bang on. Dilly dilly.